Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Tuesday the 15th of October. Annual house prices continue to fall. Latest Real Estate Institute figures show the national median price fell 2.3% annually to $781,000. In Auckland, they dropped 5.4%, but in Wellington and Canterbury, they rose 1.6% and 1.2% respectively. Chief Executive Jen Baird says the market's been stable for a few months.
Most people are expecting more steadiness through spring and some gradual increases into 2025 now that interest rates are coming back a little bit.
The Prime Minister says he's concerned about Wellington City Council. The council's been forced back to the drawing board in its long-term plan with a $400 to $600 million budget shortfall from its U-turn on selling its airport shares. Mayor Tori Whanau says she's heard nothing from the government on intervention, but Chris Luxon says they're keeping an eye on the council.
We're pretty concerned about it, if I'm honest. It doesn't look great. Their long-term plan looks at risk. We'll continue to monitor it, and if we have to make an intervention, we will.
5 people have been rescued in 3 separate incidents on Mount Taranaki on Saturday. Police were alerted at 4 a.m. that 3 people were stuck at an altitude of 2,300 metres and 1 had hypothermia. Rescue crews managed to get the party to a nearby lodge. Then about midday, police were alerted that a person had fallen and had a leg injury. After responding to that second incident, crews then came across another person in distress, the 5th for the day, and helped them down the mountain. Belief more redundancies are causing a rise in work-ready job seekers. Ministry of Social Development September figures show a yearly increase of 29,000 people on a main benefit. Minister Louise Upston says rising unemployment's a consequence of years of high inflation, high government spending and economic recession. Employment specialist Jennifer Mills says job advertisements also dropped 33% in the last quarter.
And, that's really telling, I think, that there just aren't the jobs.
Disappointment from nurses being told to exclusively communicate with patients in English. Waikato hospital nurses were sent a memo last week telling them to use English in clinical settings. The nurses' organisation says it's also hearing accounts from nurses at other hospitals that this could be more widespread. Kai Whakahare Keri Nuku says the basis for the memo is unclear. She says we live in a diverse country and communication is a matter of health and safety.
Patients need to have sound advice in a language that they are able to clearly understand to make informed decisions.
Meanwhile, concerns over Christchurch hospital staff inhaling toxic fumes for several months. At least 30 radiology workers have fallen ill and 1 has been hospitalised. To sport. Steve Smith's cricket career as a test opener appears over. He wants to bat back at number 4 in Australia's 5-match series against India this summer. 2-time Men's Sevens Player of the Year, Perry Baker, has retired after a decade-long career with the United States that included 3 Olympics. And 21-year-old league convert Joseph Suali'i has joined a Wallabies camp with coach Joe Schmidt, having signed a 3-year, multi-million-dollar deal with Rugby Australia. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.